Did you practice more, or is it mostly
Nope. Sure
Fair.
didn't.
fair?
Sure didn't.
Look, you're getting no judgment off of me.
Sure didn't.
Zero judgment off of me. I'm the worst when it comes to practice.
It was
It's kind of why I started doing these lives, to make sure I did it once a week at least.
Yeah. Okay. I think I could. Let me recount all the times maybe I touched a
Nice
golf
swing
club
there.
and stuff. Definitely playing 10 times. Yeah, going to the sim, going to the range, maybe like 10 times. But
Okay.
being on the golf course, shooting it like 40 times.
I see how you're like want to switch that up a little bit.
Oh yeah. No, I mean I love that part of it
Mm-hmm.
because I love watching other people play golf and showing them what they look like. But at the same time, like when I do play, I want to be able to hang with friends and be able to like hit every club in my bag without feeling like I'm all loopy.
You gotta question it, or
Yeah. And the big thing is like, you know, I love tinkering with like equipment, but your equipment only gets you so far if you're like not even swinging the ball well or making the right swings. And also just like your general fitness. Oh, that one was way right. I felt that one.
And like I feel like from what I know about playing with you and practicing with you a little bit,
yeah,
you know what you do, right? And you kind of understand the way your body moves through this golf swing, right? It's getting where you want to go, right? And how to kind of move the body and get a feel for that. Because you have a really smooth swing, right? You rely a little bit on that release happening at the bottom in the right way.
Yeah, and I'll get into that more on like how I feel, because like yes, you're right. I do understand my swing a lot because I've just been playing for like 30 years. But when I took a couple like tune-up lessons, you know, with some of our other friends, like Liz and Kyla, like I actually probably don't know as much about swinging the club as I thought, because you know, I guess I could say like I based the last.
I would say where I was going is like, you know, your feel.
Yes.
You know. Oh, gorgeous right there.
Yeah. So this is my wedge. All right, I'm gonna just gripe a little bit too. So I don't hit the ball long. And what do I want to hit the ball long? That doesn't matter to me. But I like don't. I want to hit a wedge at least like, or hit my irons like comfortable distances, so my gapping isn't like crazy.
Yeah.
Because I'll see normal, like not normal people, just like average people, and they're hitting their clubs like way farther than me, and I'm like, well, everyone talks about, you know, irons being like stronger, lofted, and I'm like, great, because I have other sets that are strong and that are weak, and I hit them the same distance, just like not far. So like I don't think it like that really matters. It's really more about like contact and for me to like actually hit the club farther.
It is a little bit of contact, but there's also like an efficiency in that movement. You know, that what I was surprised about you hitting it short was how athletic you are, right? And you have a deep understanding of the body. You coach, right? You coach runners, and you understand gait and how to affect that, right?
So for me, that means like I'm just losing a lot in some places.
Dude, you have such an efficient body, right? To be able to run marathons and ultras and all this other stuff, right? How are we losing that efficiency in this swing, right? Versus using our understanding in those sports of how to transfer energy to our benefit, you know?
Yeah.
That's what I want to bring out of you a little bit, right?
Yeah, I think there's definitely points in my swing where it's like that one little difference that's like gonna make like really good contact and then like really poor contact, or getting the speed or not getting the speed. And I think like in the shorter clubs, I'm going to like it's gonna I can mask that a little bit, but as the clubs get longer and I'm like,
it becomes a weaker strike.
Yeah,
Yep.
it becomes a weaker strike. Like, you know, it doesn't match up. It doesn't match up. You know, like the gapping starts to get like really,
because it's
really
almost
tight.
like it's almost like the speed stays the same no matter the
Yes.
club length.
Yes, and one of the things someone had told me is because like I used to like spray the ball like really wild when I get into the longer clubs. My thought has been like to swing a little bit more reserve so I have like a little bit more control, but
Yeah.
then like I'm sacrificing actually the swings that like the swing thought I would make with the shorter stuff, and then it would show by like me actually not like trying to hit the golf ball and then not hitting it as far. Like I don't hit the driver as far comparative to be like, all right, well, if you hit your 7/8 with this speed,
yeah,
and
like you still
like
hit
how
your
are you
irons
not
decently
hitting?
well, but the
Yes.
longer clubs just don't show that even that like relative distance
Right.
across the board. That makes sense. So, I mean, where I see it is in you actually have a great release, right? It just you almost pause your weight shift and your body rotation to get that feeling of that release.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. So we're stopping all of that potential and kinetic energy that we started on the way down.
Yeah.
To get the bottom to like turn the corner, right? And in all honesty, the simplest way to explain it to you is instead of that corner happening here or just behind the ball or right around here,
right,
it happens here.
Okay.
Right. So you should be dragging through the ball.
Yeah.
And then allowing it to extend through here, right? Think about most throws. If I release my wrist really early, am I getting it to the plate?
No.
Probably not, right?
Yeah.
It's gonna land short, right? But if I allow that
Hang
to
on
just
to a
release
little
and
bit
then I
more.
finish the extension like
Right.
through that release,
Right.
it's after I've already let go, right? So I think you have a big advantage in understanding how you do that release. It's just like, now how do I get my body to bring that through the ball and a little bit past it? Closer there.
Yeah. So just kind of like holding off on it a little bit.
I wouldn't even say holding off, right? But just getting the body to deliver it.
Okay.
To continue to deliver it through the ball.
Right.
Right? If you keep that body moving, that same release should happen further along. Right?
Right. Wonder if anyone's going to ask about all my little swing weight numbers on the clubs.
I was wondering what those tapes were.
I'll get into that in a minute.
That was nice.
Yeah, I tried to move through it a little bit, but I hit it a little thin. But
that's okay. Thin is probably expected because is your miss fat? Fat and high balls.
Kind of.
Like they get spinny and high and.
Yeah, and then they don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you have great hand-eye coordination because if you're struggling to tell me that balls go fat with an early release, that means you have really good hand-eye coordination, right? Yeah. Do you think your miss is more thin?
No, most often I'm gonna hit them like a little bit, like I'd say 70%.
Call it fluffy, not fat.
Yeah, they're good, and they're not gonna go. They're not gonna go the distance. Yeah,
and that's just because that wrist is getting too much angle coming into that ball. Yeah, drive through it and downward, right?
Yeah.
I like to think, right, that lead hand is like backhanding, right, and you're driving it to and through, rather than flicking through that middle part, right?
Okay.
Yeah, good. I like the way you're moving through that. Really consistent flight too here, which is nice. Does it feel a little more efficient? Do you feel like you're like trying hard?
No.
Yeah.
I feel like that I'm swinging like I hate to I obviously like no one ever swings 100% and you really shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I swing like say if you're only really supposed to swing like 85% like most of the time, I'm probably swinging only like 75, 80 because I'm like too scared to like go harder because
You don't want it to spray.
Yeah, exactly.
You feel like you lose control. I'll say this though, right? In allowing that body to turn through,
right?
There's some freedom in that, right? And like in the same way that you like kind of just get your arms like swinging,
right?
The arms kind of follow a certain path once you keep turning the body in that same way every time.
Yeah.
Right. So if the body keeps going, it's gonna bring those arms through where you want them to be.
Like if I do 100% where I take the club like up to parallel because I tend to swing like a little bit short. I don't take it to parallel most of the time.
Yeah.
But if I like give it like 100%,
get a full body turn. You don't have to go crazy with the arms.
Yeah.
I like that. Good. And it's not leaving its line. It's not getting out of control, right? Because that's my feeling. You have so much control with your hands and arms because you've had this feel of controlling them.
Yeah, trying to save
and keeping them within yourself, right? It's not like your arms get out of control. That's what most people I deal with do. The arms go crazy hard, right? Where you swing your arms really well. I just want your body to support it.
Oh, it's fat. See, that's when I miss. It's fat.
Yep, that was a little bit of an arms ear release. The body was still moving, right? But the arms were trying to do their own thing at the same time. So maybe a good way to think about it is this: the arms should feel like a multiplier to the body, not an independent mover.
Yeah, because so I really one swing I really particularly like is Brooks Koepka.
Okay.
Because he said, he's a very just like upper body swinging guy. He's like I don't use my legs that much during my swing, obviously because he's very strong up top. So like that's where like a lot of his swing is, and he just like moves his body. And I obviously have issues with timing with my lower body and actually like releasing it, and we'll go through that how like that gets me caught in like the early extension stuff once I start getting to my driver into the longer clubs. Because I'm trying to like manufacture that that speed and distance in the wrong way when I should be like turning my body more. The longer the club is, the more trouble I have with like creating that space. And instead of turning to create the space, I'm like
you flip through it.
Yeah. Right. Like you'll see like maybe I'm not getting my right leg and my right knee out towards the ball enough. And then this is not opening and coming back. So yeah, there's a whole mess there. But as the clubs get longer,
it gets more
people will see that it gets a little more evident. And maybe that's just like setup stuff. So the driver is the biggest.
Well, I'll be honest. I think there's just a mindset we could change around what you think about the swing and how to make it happen.
Right.
To change the way your body moves, because I don't think it's that you don't know how to do it or can't do it.
Right.
I don't think that's the case at all. It's I would move it forward to the center. Yeah. I think it's a lot more of like you're not confident in the move or sure that your move that you're trying to make is the right one.
Right.
And it's hard to build confidence through that. So what I'd say is your swing is more hands and arms led because you're a feel guy, right? Which is great. Yeah. But we want to get the body to lead so that way it supports it through the whole motion. So you can be a feel guy and the body's there for you every single time, and then the strike is there effortlessly without you having to manufacture it with the hands.
Yeah, I think just finding that connect with lower body and my upper body and arms. Yeah.
I want to walk through really quick before we move on to other clubs.
Sure.
I want to show the camera a little bit too, kind of what I have like a 5 focuses. I don't know if I've ever walked through it with you at all.
I don't think so, but yeah, let's go
all
for
right,
it.
Cool. So I see that there's like 5 focuses in a golf swing, right? And if you can pay attention to those 5 focuses and how you do them, how we want you to do them, right? Or how you want to do them, right? To achieve certain shots, it's going to help you game plan everything about playing, right? And these focuses help because yes, we can be really meticulous and get into the minutia of how to swing and all those things, but day to day we have to be more observers of where we're at because, like we said, we don't play all that often, right? So we need to see how we're doing today, adjust to that, and then understand how to maybe make that better, right? So if we have a framework, it's a little easier to move through it.
Right.
So the 5 focuses is 2 external focuses, the ground basically and how you interact with it, and your target and what you're trying to do to get there, right? The other 3 focuses are what your body does to make the swing happen, right? So you have 3 jobs. The problem is all our body parts are trying to do each other's jobs and they don't know whose job is whose, right? Your body has a job to rotate you and move you. It's your engine. It's your leader. It nothing moves without it, right? As in every other sport, right? I can't go play tennis and just go like this all day long. I have to get there, right? So second job is my arms. How do they connect to my body, my engine, right? And then how do they fold and unfold to find that ground again, right? That was our first focus, right? Where's the ground? And then once we understand how those fold and unfold, then we understand how the hand squares the club and moves the club face, right? And when we understand how those 3 work together, how we do it, how we want to do it, right? It helps us try and link that map to it, right? And it helps us make corrections on the fly when we're out there on the course, because if you go, my body felt off there, you don't sit there trying to make changes with your grip because you know it was your body. You can trust that, all right, I made a bad move with my body. I can move on to the next one and go, let me try and make a better body turn.
Right.
Not, I don't know what the fuck I did wrong. What do I do? Right? That like no man's land of mental space that we don't want to be in, right? So the first focus is not just, right, I use this rhetorical question all the time. How do you practice good contact without hitting a ball?
Okay, so I'll tell you what I've been doing at home because I don't have really a place to swing, but I've found a spot between the couch, the wall, and the light in my living room.
Okay.
So the couch is on the target line, and I'll just like set up on the couch and just work on takeaway, staying on line with the couch. So I'm keeping it, down that target line. Not my problem in the past was I would tend to pull it inside too far.
Yeah.
And I would keep it coming like, very flat and coming over the top, hitting either some big blocks or like flipping it over. That would be your
fix, to try and like
right.
not go left.
So the thing I started, someone showed me, an instructor showed me, was to get on a good two plane motion, taking it back a little bit more upright, and then laying it back from the inside. And I've been making better contact, so I'll like use that couch as like my guide because I can't I can't come over the top or else I'll hit the couch.
Yeah, which is great.
And I could take swings all day.
But now, like if you're in here, right, or at the range or wherever, if you're making a practice swing, how do you practice good contact without striking a ball?
I mean,
I'll give it to you. It's where you hit the floor.
Yeah,
observing it, right? It's knowing where that spot is. And if you don't observe it, you're not owning it, right? You can't own it if you don't know where it is, right? So if you don't have an intention set for where you're going to hit the floor, you're not practicing better strikes.
Right.
And you can practice them without a ball, which is like the part that people don't realize. They just think that like wherever I hit is wherever I hit.
So the carpet that I'm hitting on is like a little shaggier. So
amazing. That gives you a
I
really
do
good
see
feedback.
like, oh, if I actually like my divots in front of like
great
wherever
move. Ready?
it.
Put a golf ball
Yeah.
underneath the couch where you would set up with it or think it should be, and then observe where it is. And then if you notice that your first 5 swings are hit just a little bit fluffy and fat, then you slide your feet forward, right?
Yeah.
Nobody said that ball had to be in a certain spot. So observing where you're at with ground contact and how you want to hit it, where you want to hit it, right, is only going to help you improve where you place that ball in your swing, right? And you can adjust it on the fly as you go, right?
Yeah.
So that's first focus. Second focus, I get a lot of people that come in here and they just don't know what their target is. I just want to hit it good, right? Is that confidence building or is that nerve wracking? That statement.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean,
I just hope I hit it good.
I would.
That's anxiety.
I would be nerve wracked for sure.
Yeah. Right.
Because I feel like I have a pretty good grasp of like aiming. And I always use the same thing even when I'm out playing on the course or if I'm at the range is like I'll do the spot on my line, like you know 5 yards in front, and then I'll line up to it, and then I'll line like my feet up parallel.
And are you usually playing start line, curvature, and finish line, or is it kind of like I want to start it here and hopefully it does what I want it to do?
I do usually do I hope I hit it in the direction I'm pointing it to, because
so what I want to change about that mindset is just like the surety of what you're going to do, right? Yeah. You need to give yourself, all right, I'm going to start it here. It's going to move right or left. You have to pick one because there's no such thing as a straight golf ball. Even the straightest ball moved a millimeter in one direction or the other. Yeah. Right? Planning for it is way better than hoping it goes straight. Straight is a happy accident, right? If you let straight be a happy accident, you'll never be mad about hitting it straight in that direction, right? But you plan for curvature, so that way if it goes the other way, now you go, oh, something went wrong. All right, cool. I can confidently say something was wrong there, right? If you overhook it or overfade it in one way or the other, you just go, all right, I did the right thing. I just did a little too much. And then it's easier to swallow. You didn't miss that bad. Yeah. Right? So it builds even more confidence even in the misses. Yeah. So stepping into that ball, I use this analogy a lot. If you walked into an office setting, right, and your supervisor, first day on the job, supervisor walks in and he goes, all right, I need a report by the end of the day. It's got to be good. Cool. Thanks. Bye. Yep. You're immediately in freak out mode. You're like, I got 85 questions, dude. I have no idea what this report is, what I need to measure by. You either go to coworkers or you go right back to them, right? You do the same thing to yourself when you get behind the ball and just go, hopefully I just hit this line and I hope it's good. Yeah, honestly. Right? So like give yourself the plan, right? It sounds tedious to do it every time, but give yourself that plan. Okay. Right? So then moving into the 3 steps, right? We kind of talked about it, right? Getting in good posture so your body can actually rotate through this move, right? Understanding how your body's going to move its weight, right? Through and to that target, right? And into that lead side, right? Knowing how you move your body is super important, right? I won't dive too far into it, right? I don't want to get too into the minutia, right? But we can go deep on the body. But what's cool is you can go deep as you want on the body and then zoom back out and go, that's how my body moves. Yeah. And simplify it again, right? Versus my knee needs to move in order to get my elbow to do the thing, to do this, right? If you just go, that's how I move my body, now it's all the minutia kind of wipes away and you go, the feeling of how I did all those little things creates the big body. Yeah. Does that make sense? Yep. Then we go, all right, so how do my arms attach to my body? And I learned something in a lesson I took last night with a buddy of mine, Colin McCarthy. He's saying a lot of people try and get their arms on top, and you see how I like lifted my traps to do it and like mess with my collarbone posture, right? We want to kind of get those shoulders down and lift with the almost like the tops and the outsides of our arms, and then let them set on our chest, right? And from there, we're going to try and bring our elbows together, right? And then make that grip, right? Okay. From there, does that make you feel really connected with your chest, right? You're really like in towards the center of you. Yeah, because like my arms are like in contact with my chest. The thing that a lot of people don't realize about tour players is they think that they're like trying to drive these arms hard and towards the target and all that stuff. But in all realities, most of them are just like so desperately trying to hold the club to the center of their body. the weight and the flex and the turn and the torque is what drags it out and behind, right? But we're just trying to hold it here so we can maintain that position, right?
Yeah.
So we're not really trying to throw it this way, right? We're trying to hold on to it for so long, hold it steady, 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 and then let that energy release, right?
I think that's the hardest part, is to hold it. You know, like I want to.
So I'll give you this interesting one. Ready? Drop the club for a second.
Okay.
We're one of the few instructors that's going to let you hit me.
Oh.
You're going to slap me in the thigh with both of the hands, right?
Yeah.
So you're going to set up like you're making a golf grip, like a little caddy corner, right? Because they're going to be about like that, right? Mm-hmm. You're going to turn through, and I want you to feel, right, how your arms get kind of like liquid as they get flowy.
Yeah.
Right? As you go to hit me, I want you to turn them to solid and like almost brace them and get through me.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Okay, Daddy.
Right? So you felt yourself, boom,
just
get
like
there, right? And if you got through my leg, right, they would start to get flowy again, right?
Yeah.
So as you get to that ball, right, do you see how you go flippy and stay flowy instead of brace and get solid?
So boom, that's
right? And you feel how that flick naturally happens into the extension?
Yeah.
Boom. Okay. Right? Does that make sense?
Yep.
So it's feeling how those arms fold and unfold. And if you look at how the arms move, this is less to give you more thoughts and more to just give you a visual. Right? If you have good posture with your body and this arm stays long throughout the move, it's your length, right? That's a like big diameter circle arm, radius, I should say. This arm moves this way. Right?
Yeah.
So as I turn, I didn't move it, right? Lifted it up.
Yep.
Boom. And now as I move down, really what I'm trying to do with this arm is like slap myself in the knee.
Yeah.
Right, in that thigh. But guess what? As I rotate my body,
right,
that thigh position actually becomes the ball.
Gotcha.
Right? Okay. So boom. Right? So as this comes down, we are holding this in that almost brace position up here. We're turning that brace down to the ball and then letting extension and and then you unload that elbow, that hand, and that wrist. Boom. Okay. Right? So throw it down at the floor where you want to hit and extend to me. Good. All right? So you should feel like you get to this position, right? As you're basically pointing at me, you should feel fully extended.
Okay.
Right? Boom. Good. Yeah. Right? So now you're feeling how that arm kind of unfolds. It's almost like, watch, I turn my body. As I get to the point where I can't turn with this arm straight anymore, I let it flex. It's like a little release valve, right? As I turn down to the floor, I hold it until I'm ready to hit the floor. And that's how I pick where I hit the floor. It's where this trail arm unflexes.
Okay.
Boom. Boom. That's a lot more precise, right? A little bit more directed. Feel that?
Yeah.
Now, as those arms feel those fold and unfold, and now you get that full extension, right? Until I can't stay extended anymore. And I let it fold again. Right? Another release valve with the elbows. Okay. The last piece is the hands, right?
Okay.
The fifth focus. Yep. What do my hands do? And right, I think we might have spoken about this once or twice, but the back of your lead hand is the club face, right? So as I drag, if I want to hit a fade, I'm going to keep that hand open. Right? I'm going to feel like a karate chop more. Right? If I want to hook it, I'm going to try and like turn my thumb to the floor. Right? And close that even more, right? Let that wrist roll down and underneath. Right? So if you want to feel that draw, it's going to turn harder, right? Boom. If you want to hit it square, that hand is kind of at the floor, right? And kind of down, right? You feel that little bit of a boom. So it's now how much do I rotate that wrist and stabilize it in that position that I want it rotated to create what shot I want to hit. Right? So as I get to that impact point, is it closed? Is it open? Is it square? Right? And then I let it release from that position.
Okay.
Is that all making sense?
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Want to
think through it a little bit and feel it out. That's my favorite part, is when I get through those 5 focuses, it changes the way people think about how to swing.
Steering that a little. Fernando from Long Island Golf Junkie said, "Sup, pimps? Yo, pimps." I don't know who he's talking to. No pimps here. Okay.
Sergey just joined. What's up, brother? That's Sergey. Why did I say Sergey? That's how long I haven't seen you, brother. I saw your username and I couldn't even get your name right. That's sad. I'm sorry, dog. And he jumped off.
So what do you think? Should we try to figure out this driver bit?
Yeah, let's do it. And
Okay.
it's so why I did this with you is because that's what you need to fix with your driver.
Yeah, and
it's
now
the
I'm
driving more to the target with the body. It's the letting that whole swing come through the ball and feel the release come after.
Yeah.
That's the swing right there.
That was
awesome.
Okay.
Right, and as you do some like speed training, the feeling is like, how can I get my body, my
speed
legs?
Training.
No, but like in a sense of like building some speed, right? Building speed into this.
I am going to the gym more to like work on well, aside from going to the gym so I can just like work on my fitness in general.
Yeah.
I am working on some explosiveness moves.
Dope.
You know, like the med ball, slams, and
you know what I'd also focus on? Small, like low weight, but building momentum through the body and the core and moving the weight from side to side.
Yeah,
because that's what we're working towards is like driving,
just like
driving
like
weight,
dumbbell pulls, like side
that
to
even
side,
like
something like that.
The pulley machine.
Yeah.
Right, putting that on 10-12 pounds, right, and doing pushes and drives rotationally,
lateral
right?
weight.
Exactly, moving your weight and your pressure and your rotation, right, in sequence through that.
Got it.
It's huge.
Got it. Okay.
Awesome swing. I love that.
Yeah, I could definitely feel just the change in the hip position for sure. And you know how I know is because my I could feel my midsections getting more engaged and getting tired.
Good.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's I do
sign.
remember when I've taken a lesson before, someone was like, "Oh, you need to engage your hip more," and I was just like, "Oh, well, now that feels like I'm working really hard."
Yeah.
She's like, "Well, because your like midsection is like really weak," and I'm like, "Oh, okay."
Yeah.
It's like, okay, yeah. I mean, that's why. I mean, I'm 41, so like, I'm not getting younger. I'm like, you know, got to work on shit. That's fat. I tried to speed through that.
I want you on this next swing before we move into drivers and stuff, right? I want you to think about if I change this club from a golf club to a sledgehammer.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
how would you move your body?
I would have to.
You'd be way more focused on your body posture, your weight, right? Moving hard with that thing, right? Because you got to take a wall down, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're taking the base of a baseboard out.
Yeah, right? Definitely be more connected.
And you'd brace more. You'd find that, right? When you were trying to hit me, you'd get more solid through that, right?
Yep.
Let's feel that, right? Really try and drive that weight almost like it just thought that you hit it. You're good. You're trying to drive that weight through that ball like you're like a linebacker, right? Okay. Put some effort into that body move, transferring that weight and that energy through that ball. I could see you slow down the body a little bit for the arms.
Yeah, because then I thought more like body connection. So like that's my bridge.
Okay.
That I have to figure out is
Yep, your arms don't trust your body to swing fast.
Yeah. There's definitely some wiring up there that's like.
So I want you to give yourself the freedom. I want you to go hard with the body on this one. Like rip it.
Okay.
Rip it, but like let the arms control their swing down, right, to the brace,
Okay.
right? They're not trying to control the release. They're trying to get hard into the brace to hit it to your target.
Okay.
Right? The release can happen once you've made contact with the ball. Yes. 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 That's it.
Yeah, that was
That's it.
more like. Okay. Just try that again. More pace. Okay, 89.8. That was definitely. Come on, faster. Hit that thin.
That was nice. I like that though. You're moving it through it a lot better, right? I
Yeah.
like to. I was watching an Instagram video. I'm gonna hit one or two real quick.
Sure.
Watching an Instagram video. He was talking about how like getting into your setup, you can kind of jog from foot to foot, right, to keep yourself kind of ready for some movement, right? It's almost like getting ready in tennis, right? Jumping back and forth. I feel like for you with what you teach, right, through running, right? I think if you thought about your body in terms of your feet trying to twist and drive towards that target, right, you might gain a little bit more control over this shift of energy through there, right? It's something I'm working on too, is understanding how to kind of really get through and understand where I'm trying to be in my feet, because I get happy feet.
Yeah.
But feeling back, land in this foot and twist in it, right? Land in this foot and twist into it, right? To feel this body move. Of course, I didn't strike it well. It's the first hard swing of the day.
Well, what club is that?
Pitching wedge, but
right.
I bladed it.
Yeah. 155-yard pitching wedge.
Right.
Yeah,
Nothing about that body move looks leisurely, right? Like,
no, it's very active.
I'm trying to
and
hit
that's
the
and
shit
that's
out of it.
yeah, and that's like when I see your swing, like I was like, well, that's how he's, a full club in front of me, is because he's using like all of his body and his mass to like hit the ball.
Mm-hmm. But I've seen, dude, I know guys that are like smaller than you, they hit further than me.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
And it's just
they're moving through.
They get that whip, they move that weight and that energy. Fat. Yuck. And that's me dumping this arm out a little bit. All right, last one for me. Then we'll go into those long clubs. Do you want to go like hybrids and drivers, or where are we at on time?
We could go right to the driver. Because I have like a two. Actually, I have a 2 hybrid, which I just tinkered with the. Actually, I would love to hit it just to see.
Yeah.
It's a 2 hybrid, 18 degree. I noticed it was 1 inch shorter than standard, so I brought it back an inch.
Okay.
Back to standard, and then took it up to D1 on the swing weight instead of D0. So never hit before in this new setup. So
Sweet. Let's feel it. Let that body be the guide. Let it lead and drive through that shot. Let those hands drag that club and square that face as you need it. Okay. I actually think that was a really good swing. You just need to get a little more aggressive with that face closure.
Yeah, let me.
Good move.
Let me get with my thoughts on what we just did too.
And the feeling is nothing really changes. You just need more time to rotate your body backwards because it's a longer club.
Right.
That's pretty awesome.
What? That was a crazy sound. They haven't hit the net. I see. Like I'm okay with that because
Well, you're hitting that great right there.
If I do that,
I want you to feel something with this.
Oh no, the towel's coming.
No. Different towel drill. Different towel drill. It's not that towel drill. All right. So the feeling of squaring this club up, and being aggressive with it, is more like wringing out a towel than it is like flicking to a T square.
Got it. Okay.
Right. The squaring that you have an issue with is because you feel like you need to you have this one perfect moment in time.
Yeah, and I feel like I need to just like
right? Where if we thought about the swing, it happens in a circle, right?
Right.
There's nothing square about a circle, right? But you can be square with a line to that circle and that plane, right? So as you rotate this club back, whoa, that was almost my ankle. Right? As you rotate this club back, if we imagine that plane up here, right? I can be square to that circle.
Right.
Do you see that there? Right? And then on the way back down, stay square to that circle.
Okay.
Does that make a little bit of sense, right? So you can technically always be square, right? And it's okay to open and close a little bit, right? But as you go up to the top and come about halfway down so the shaft is parallel, use your body, right? Keep turning with the body. Turn. Now the club is parallel.
Right.
If you twisted this way, you see how quiet that shaft stays?
Yeah.
It's not going like this.
Right.
And you see how much that moved your hands and arms? Right? If you just twisted that down and then kept rotating your body.
Right. Now we're just square. Yeah.
So it's more like if you drop that club for a second, went up to the top of your swing, and I put this towel right here between your hands, right? I want you to wring that towel out. Like on the way down. Turn with your body. Now wring it out. I held it the wrong way. There we go. Hold it that way.
Okay.
Turn down to the target, drag me, and wring it out this way.
Wring it out that way.
Right?
Okay.
Boom. I see. So you feel that? So it's, it's here, drag, and wring out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
right? It's more with the lead hand.
Yeah, I'm getting that face closure.
Yeah, right. So that's how we get aggressive. This hand has to go.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
That one also
more.
rings.
Okay,
yep.
Okay.
Together, they both do the same thing. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Boom. That's aggressive face closure.
Okay.
Right. And what it does is without getting that whip and flick, it gets the face closed.
Okay.
Yeah. Right. So feel that out a couple times with the club in your hands now. Right. Yes. Good. And instead of, ready, think about it this way. Instead of trying to hit this point that's all the way out in front of you.
Yeah, this
right?
one. Yeah.
No. So go up to the top and come down. Right? Start dragging. It's more under your hands than it is out here.
Okay.
Right? So you'll find you could probably stand closer to that ball.
Okay.
Right? A little bit. But feel that out a couple times. Feel that come a little bit more underneath. Yeah, and turn that hand down. It's interesting, right?
Yep.
It's a big change, right? You got this, feel here.
Definitely tried to shut it down.
So you tried to do it early with the hands, right?
Okay, all right.
So that's your old pattern of the hands having to be active first, right? And that makes sense because we just told your hands that they have to do something different. So they're anxious. They're like, oh yeah, I gotta fire hard, right?
Right.
Let it happen as the body turns, right? Find that flow through that whole arm, right? That trail arm releases and unflexes before that wrist starts to bow and turn under, right? Yeah. Oh, how's that?
Got it off the toe, but the flight obviously way
And that
straighter.
toey position is probably because we might be standing a little too far.
Okay.
Right? Just because the release pattern is going to change, right? The release pattern is going to be more underneath than flicking out in front of you.
Got it.
Right?
Okay.
Boom. Good. Nice. Right? And you see how your body has to clear and get out of the way since those arms are coming lower? Really good. Feel that change in that hip set. Good body turn. Drag it and turn it.
Yeah.
That's okay. That's a great sign.
Okay.
That's a great sign.
Yeah.
That just means you haven't trusted the finish and the extension, right?
Right.
That's okay. But what you did do was you got that face closed, like a motherfucker, right?
Yeah, like I'm like aggressively doing it.
And
now.
that's the thing. That's good, right? You're
Yeah.
finding the further end of the spectrum, right? Your miss used to be fadey,
Right.
right? Now with this release, your miss is gonna be hooky,
Okay.
right? But we'll find that middle zone, right? You feel like you don't have to hook it as much,
Right.
but you're definitely gonna turn it down, right? Ooh, right in between those two, right?
Yeah.
Because you got that turn down hard on it, right? But it stayed a little open and let it fade. That was gorgeous.
All right. We'll find one and try to find one in between that one.
Exactly. So feel it. No more left than that hooky one.
Right.
But no more right than that little fade. So feel this. See that fade, see that little draw that you're going to hit on that screen. Just a little right of target, bring it back to the left. That's okay. Better contact, but hookier, right?
Yeah.
Keep bouncing back and forth between the two, right? This is okay. This is where that growth happens. Let the shots be wild, and then slowly bring them back to the middle. Slow down the body.
Yeah, I did.
It's gonna
I
hook
slowed
even
it down
more
a lot.
when you do that. Right. So feel this, right? The reason you're struggling because, well, let me not put it that way. Let's talk about how and why faces close too early, even in this new form, right? And what it causes, because I think you're trying to make corrections based on what you see, but they're not correlating to what you want to make happen.
Yeah.
Right. So as we close this face earlier or get more aggressive with it, you see how that points the face hard left?
Yep.
Without me adjusting my face angle, how can I get this face to point to my target line?
Turn your,
Get my hands to lead it. So
lead,
that body, you just slowed your body down trying to correct it, and that just made it worse. Right? So the hands have to get ahead. The body has to deliver the hands more ahead of the ball to push it more right so you can get more aggressive with the face closure. Yep. Lead with that move. Good. Just get more aggressive with the face closure. Let it happen more underneath.
Yeah.
And let's feel this really quick. Set up one more time. I just want to adjust a little something.
Okay.
Okay. Ready? I want you to stand taller.
Okay.
Right?
Yep.
And let that club drop. See how that brings it closer?
Yep.
Right? Now move your feet in.
Okay.
Good. Stay tall. Stay engaged through that core. And turn that core and that hip towards that ground. Let that face closure get aggressive. Look at that strike.
Yeah. Better. That's way better.
Good.
I mean, that one was like I hit it in the center.
Yep.
Just the face was closed.
Mm-hmm. So I think part of what your body was doing, the bad hip movements, the flicky, throwy arms, it's a causation from being too far from the ball. Because look, if I have to throw at something, I'm gonna start doing all those things that you were doing.
Okay.
Right. So moving closer so that release can happen more underneath the arm and under the shoulder a little bit more. Yeah, great. You can crunch into that a little bit better and stay more connected. Ooh!
A little thinny, but
I'll take that all day.
Yeah, it's obviously
awesome.
That's the straightest one so far.
Yeah, that was nice.
A little thin, but you're gonna take that. I mean, this club is basically for me just off the tee when I'm just tight, keep it in play, only looking to get like 220 out of it, not and like into like long par fives or something.
I love that.
Oh, that one's juiced.
Love that. 215 carry rolling out to almost 40. That's great. Right, and that's a little bit of, I don't know if you can feel that. You got a little bit of the hip early extension in there, tiny bit. But because you were closer, you were in more powerful positions.
Right, and because
that's
like half the move is like, you know, that little bit of extension. It's just the matter of this.
Yep.
You know,
keeping
because
it moving,
like
right?
we were gonna extend like a little bit.
A great feeling for you too, and this is just a work for you in the gym and your practice, right? Is instead of feeling like this hip hits the ball, right? It's more like this hip replaces your lead hip.
Okay.
Right?
Oh,
and
right.
you see how much tighter that drives?
So taking it from this position to where this position was.
Yep, exactly. Okay. And that pulls that lead hip out of the way, right?
Yeah.
Versus trying to drive, because I was the same way. I always tried to drive this.
Yes, I actually never heard that before, because like I was always like,
pull that
take
back.
this and pull it back instead of take this and bring it
But when
here.
you pull this back, this can still
so
kind of technically do that.
So more. Okay.
Yeah. Little feels.
Okay. I think we're getting somewhere here.
Was fucking smashed. Face closure might have been a little early, right? That's that old pattern of getting the release a little early. The hands were behind the ball, not ahead as much. But
I mean, it was heavy and and shut. So, but I mean, I would take that. Like,
that's still not a bad miss at all.
Yeah, if I'm gonna miss that,
it's still getting out there 215 if it rolls, you know.
Right. No,
I'm gonna help you. I'm gonna help you find something.
Okay.
Your follow through is getting too left with the arms and the club.
So
more up, right? Okay. If you were to neutralize a face angle, right? If a face is here at impact, right? And I tried to get low and around my body, it would have to close and go further this way.
Right. Okay.
Right. If I go this way, right, and I have this club here, and I just kept it moving up and forward, it's going to neutralize the closure of the club face, right? So you can get aggressive and then move up, and you'll minimize the continuation of that hooking move.
Got it. Okay.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. So feel this. Good turn with that body. Feel like you're a little taller, so that way that release can come underneath you a little bit more. And that swing finishes up to the sky after those hands got hit the ball. Close.
Yeah, a little off the bottom of the head, but
feel this really quick. So I wanna re-emphasize where we're hitting the floor, because I think we're getting to the follow through a little too much.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
The strike has to happen before we get to the follow through.
Right. Right.
So bring some more intention back to striking the floor, right? And then on the follow through, it's gonna feel more like if I stood right here, I'd want you to miss me with both the ball and the club. Right, I'm obviously gonna move because I like my teeth, but
I'm not gonna hit it.
I know. Right, so you see how you're swinging right through me?
Yeah.
Can you swing over my head a little bit
So go
more?
to your left, or?
Yeah, exactly.
Interesting. Okay.
Right. Even
trying.
more. Right. So what has to happen for you to go more left? You have to go more down earlier.
Okay.
In the backswing or in the downswing. Right, down then out left. You see that? You got towards the top of my head there. It was still close, right? But I'm in a challenging position. I was really testing you to get over there.
Yeah.
Right? But by you going down a little bit more helps you go up and out a little bit more in this direction, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because if your normal swing brings you right down the line, right? If I move the exit path this way of where we want to go, that also would change that circle to going this way, right?
Right. So Would have to come
down, and then yep. You see how easy it is to go out that way there?
Yeah.
Good.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah. Yes. Now do that with a much more closed face.
Okay.
And that thing's gonna hook back around. But you see how that's getting the height, the carry, the strike still.
Yeah, 225 push is crazy.
Yeah. That was awesome. And it wasn't much of like a fade. It was maybe a couple yards fade, but
yeah, it just was open club.
Let's see this. More aggressive face closure.
Okay.
But down and out in that direction. Yeah, great. That looks so awesome. Love that feel you're building.
Didn't have the height, but
yep. But that's the line that you got that push with more aggressive face closure.
Yep.
Still about the same distance overall.
Small roll. Okay.
Yeah. You're finding things there.
Yeah. Okay.
Nice. So obviously we're making changes with, what is that, a 2-iron, 3-iron?
Yeah, it's a 2-iron.
Right? You're going to see large disparities in movement, right? Making changes. But I'm loving what we're seeing and how it's even improving a little bit of the strike too. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Now, I don't want to neglect driver. We got 15 more minutes.
Let's go the driver.
So let's go into driver. And now the thing I'll explain about driver, I want to give you a little preface, and I don't even want to see you hit, because I think we can take what we learned, apply it with this, and then move right into hitting good shots.
Okay.
I don't even think we have to stress about hitting bad ones. Now, I'm going to use this yellow ball as a little visual, right? But now if I'm hitting driver off the deck, right, my ball position is going to be more middle of my stance, right? Logically, I have to hit it off the floor. So it's going to be, right, there we go, somewhere more towards the middle, right? If this is where I normally put my tee, right up by that front toe, right, here's where I'm going to hit it off the floor. Very similar to how I'm going to hit a pitching wedge, right? So if I hit
Which
this,
is crazy, but go on.
If I hit this, right, didn't hit it all too well. I could probably throw it a touch forward. It's been a while since I've tried to hit this. Is behind that tee. There we go. Okay. A little more height, right? I got to practice that shot a little more. But with that being said, as I move through this, my swing there doesn't look much different from my pitching swing.
No.
Right? Just because I put a ball on a tee doesn't mean my mechanics have to change. Right? Okay. If I swing at a ball, I can't use that one, but if I swing at a ball that's closer towards the middle of my feet, right? But allow myself to pass up through the tee just because I know where I'm putting it and why I'm putting it there, right? That's why we place it forward, is so we have more time to actually come through the rising part of our swing, right? I can hit a 7-iron off this tee, no problem, if I know that this is really where the ball I'm hitting is off the floor. I'll naturally rise through that tee.
Okay.
So it's not necessarily something like, because then you get people chasing the ball, right? Or trying to scoop it up. Or if you made the same swing to about the middle of your body, right? You come up and through that ball. Of course, it didn't read. You come up and through that ball. Is that one? It's too far forward.
There you go.
There we go. Adjust this a little further out that way. Okay. So, right, I line up almost middle of my stance, right? The same way you would with an iron. Right, a little bit of a fade. I'm a little off balance today. Right, but I'm not trying to hit up on that.
Right. You're just
I'm actually trying to hit. I'm actually trying to swing down.
Right.
5 to 6 inches behind the ball, and then I let myself go through that ball.
Right.
So it's not me chasing that swing, chasing that ball position, chasing more distance by driving this way. Right? It's just letting myself, it's knowing, right, that first focus that we talked about. What's my relationship to the ground?
Mm-hmm.
If I know where I'm supposed to hit the floor, if I were to hit the floor, I'd pass up through that ball.
Right.
Right? Does that make sense a little bit?
Yeah.
It's just a different way to think about striking a driver.
Yeah, and I think setup is what I've teetered back and forth on with the driver, because sometimes I'm setting up like trying to get like a nice upward launch angle, and then it's not. I can't.
And certain
hit it.
positions like that can help, but if you don't understand that you gotta almost graze the floor before you come up through the tee,
yes,
you're always guessing where your swing arc goes through, right?
So this is like a good like drill to just like visualize.
I feel like you come down and almost to the floor where that black tee is, and you'll pop right back up through that blue tee.
Oh, I didn't even look at that. Phantom.
No, this thing is really reading a lot of phantom ones.
But I'm still like taking what
is a swing?
Yeah. What we did earlier into the driver now, so maybe there's like some
and the visual I have when it comes to driver versus wedge, it's like if you went around in a locker room with a 2-foot towel and a 8-foot towel.
Yeah.
Right, as like the whips or whatever. Yeah. Right, you could get anybody with the 2-foot one.
Right.
But you'd have to like line up and time the 8-foot one. Right, and the driver and the wedge are the same idea. Right, wedge you could do with whatever. Right, driver you got to time it and almost like give it that intention, right, to move through that whole thing.
Yeah.
Great swing. Maybe a little toey and probably a little more face closer than you want.
Very toey.
But that's a pretty good ball.
But see, so I'm taking that
all day long.
All day long. And that is me swinging like 85%.
Yeah.
And
there's still some efficiency there, because there was still a little bit of that like hip throw, and maybe we didn't get as much engagement through our core because it is such a longer club.
Yeah,
and you have to engage it for longer.
So, because I see people like, oh, they fucking hit 300 yards, like no. So I'm like, dude, I would kill to be hitting it 300 yards, like.
And when I get warm, that's what it should be for me. Right?
I see higher handicap people hitting it 300 yards, and I'm just like, how are you doing that so easily? So it's like I must be like very off with.
Well, you just stop your body.
Yes.
Right. That whole move that you had before, it was. You'd stop your body, you'd let your club and arms meet back up,
right,
and then you'd continue on together. Okay. So now you're dragging that body ahead, leading with the hands and arms, right?
I like this visualization thing here.
That was awesome.
I'd love to straighten that out.
What we want to, so the straightening out is right here, right? As you're coming down into this, you're doing an awesome job here, where we're going too far left, right? So you want to come down here, and then just let that hand continue up towards the corner of the room instead of
Okay. So
feel the difference?
Yes. Yeah, going good that way. Okay.
Good. Ooh, how's that?
That was a better line
Pretty
and a
sick.
lot hotter for sure.
Pretty sick right there, dude.
Okay, we're up to 276.
Right, so that's the same feeling we were doing with the 2-iron, right? We were getting maybe a little bit taller in the chest and the posture to let those arms hang a little bit lower, right, instead of more in front of us. And then we were also feeling those arms from the top of the swing drop a little bit earlier, right, to get down on that outward path.
Yeah.
Right? That was really nice. Yeah, boom. Gorgeous right there. I love that move you're feeling.
I let that one out for sure.
That's okay. You're feeling out how to get that face a little more stable. And look at that, 240 still with a little bit of a push.
269, yeah.
You know, you're still cranking 270 after the rollout, which normally that probably would have felt like a big miss.
Yeah.
And probably would have felt short, right?
Yep.
But because you're leading with that body a little bit more, because you're continuing that body turn and getting through that ball a little bit more, right? You're maintaining that mass and that momentum.
Okay. This thing always thinks I'm like,
you got a nice dispersion on the tee box. The chips there.
all those 2-yard ones are working for me.
Good turn. Feel that body move through it. Feel the core stay engaged downward towards that ball. You hit the piss out of that one.
Yeah,
that's gonna carry. Oh, that's so nice, dude. That's okay.
Yeah.
So like what you're doing now is feeling how the body's just leading so much more, right? And keep it in pieces, right? Now we tag team. All right, how do I keep that body move up, but also get some more face closure?
Yeah, gotta work on that.
These swings are looking good, dude. Where do you think your driver was before this? Around the same distance or much shorter?
This is like if my average would be like 260.
Okay.
260. Yeah. You know, but it's like I don't know. I just like I just don't have that much confidence with it. And to see that like I could hit it like now into the 270s, I'm like, oh, okay, well that's been a while. That hasn't happened in a while. And this is the same club. Like,
yeah, it's not like you made some big club change.
Yeah, I didn't buy like a new club or anything. Like, all right.
Loving
the
this
contact's
move,
good. I'm just
loving this move. You're just not getting that face as bowed, right? You're not closing that hand as much.
Okay. I think once I get that squared up, that's gonna give me like probably like 7 or 8 more yards.
I wouldn't doubt possibly even more. I think you could probably clear that 280.
And I do like that I'm getting a good amount of roll. You know, like
yeah,
I'm into that.
Yeah.
It's not always about all carry.
Let's see this. Really let that face close.
Yep.
Let that swing come down and then out, and then let that face close through that release.
Yeah, now I've really tried to like.
Okay, so that's okay.
Yeah,
so you
I was trying to find
right?
it. Yeah.
Now apply it to the path that you wanted to get out to, right?
Okay.
That closure happened way too early, right? The hand might not have gotten ahead of the ball, right? So get that hand ahead of the ball again, get it swinging out towards that right side, but just as aggressively close it. It just happens a little later, right?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. Good.
Okay. Setup was fucked.
I love it. I love it. I'm not mad about that at all. I love that. awareness. Good. That's okay.
I know. I'm like,
So let's just little food for thought, right?
okay.
Feel how you were following through for those ones. It was a little bit more up. It was a little bit more over the head, right? And then you feel these ones get a little bit more low and left. And maybe you're not feeling that, and that's okay, right? But let's try and feel like we close the face aggressively, but we finish high like those ones that went out to the right.
Got it.
Yeah, good.
I mean, a driver is like getting fun to hit again because
contact isn't annoying.
Yeah, I couldn't fucking hit it.
Yeah.
Be like hitting like off
the bottom. Even that bad hooky one went 240, and you're like, all right, I could get away with that.
Yeah.
You know?
I was hitting them off the bottom of the face and weren't fucking going anywhere. Couldn't understand it. I was off balance.
All right, ready? So let's feel this. So as you come up into this follow through, right? We're getting this point of like throw and roll release.
Yep.
Right? Can we square it and then just hold it?
Okay. Okay.
Right? And hold it to that corner of the room, right? So almost like you're gonna give me a high five with the face up here. Boom. Yeah.
Okay.
Right? You're stabilizing that face.
Okay. All right. I can do that.
It's going to square no matter what, but we're going to stabilize it to however much we need to square it, right? So if you want to hit that big of a hook, you could keep turning it.
Right.
Right? But at some point, it's got to stabilize, right?
Yeah.
So let's do this. It'll feel a little bit more like that brace when you hit my leg, right? You'll stabilize and hold that position and then let that energy fly through it. Yeah, buddy. How is that? 250 carry. Yeah. Come on, give him 280. Come on.
275 is good. I'll take.
That's still gorgeous though, right? A little extra lift.
Yeah, that got
awesome,
me 3 more yards. All right,
that was awesome.
I think there's like room for better contact there. It wasn't like.
Oh, absolutely, right? That was the first move you made in the right direction. Right now, let's just keep improving ball strike. Right? That was awesome. So good.
This turn down move is really great.
Massive difference.
Like
massive difference.
Yeah, because that's helping a lot for sure.
Okay. A little more turn there. But still pretty solid. Dude. Try and get one more in there before we wrap up.
Yeah. I am also starting to fatigue, so like.
Yeah.
I know.
Well, that's perfect timing. We did 2 hours. We're at 11 right now.
Okay.
You did great today. That's really nice.
That's pretty good. I would take that too. Yeah.
Take that all day long.
All right. Awesome. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Ryan's the real deal.
Thanks for coming out, man.
We're at Gowanus Golf Club too.
Yeah, at the Gowanus location today.
As you can see, it's like super quiet. You can get intimate with these lessons, and Ryan knows what he's talking about. If he could take me from like zero confidence to a driver and all these other swing thoughts I clearly have to navigate, then I mean, I think like I'm a head case, mostly because I think I've been around the game for
you
too
know a
long.
lot,
I just
right?
know
It's
a
just
lot.
like what
and
information
it's hard
is the
to
vital
like,
part.
yeah,
Right?
it's
It's
hard to
like
like
where
pick out
do I
all the
need to
vital stuff.
focus
So
on that info?
so if
You
you're
did awesome.
if you're a wet sponge and
Want to
you
soak
want
it in?
if you want to soak it in, talk to Ryan.
And I say that with all my first lessons, right? This is me and Francisco's first like
yeah,
dedicated session, right? We've practiced a bunch, we've played a little bit, right? To get him to understand those 5 focuses, I really think those concepts just drive home what information is important and how to practice towards where you want to get to there. So, thanks for coming out, guys.
Thanks. Good stuff, man. Stoked.